Degenerate Life podcast.
Damn, that was annoying.
Portland. Oregon.
Rat!
Ken Griffey. Junior.
Baseball.
Super Nintendo.
Baseball.
Do.
Baseball.
COVID-19.
Bring back that Ken Griffey Jr. Yo, we have a...
Developed in Japan.
we have Andrew on the podcast today. How you doing, man?
Doing well.
He's doing okay. We got Mr. Jake.
Thanks.
Here I am.
Jake the mistake or whatever. Jake the steak. What
Far
is it?
from a mistake.
Oh, Jake Combe.
Actually, I was a mistake. My origin story was not on purpose, but we won't go there right now.
Okay, we're not going to be doing that kind of time here, but we do have a special guest here. He has a YouTube channel called The Book of Wang, right?
The Holy Book of Wang.
The Holy Book of Wang.
Uh-huh.
And this shit's fucking awesome. I'm a big fan of this stuff because I'm a Tim and Eric fan. I think we talked about that earlier. Are you influenced by Tim and Eric?
I want to say no, because the first time I saw Tim and Eric was back when I was probably still in high school in the early 2000s or something. And Tim and Eric was more of a confirmation of my type of humor, which was absurdist or post-absurdist.
Oh, so it was like getting into your head, like these guys are already kind of in there?
Yeah, they were already thinking shit was funny when I thought that shit was funny too, like bad Chinese or bad dubs on movies and like really bad infomercials and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the question. Who done it first or whatever, you know? Like,
Oh, they did it first.
Yeah.
Man. Well, they took that whole type of humor and they just
ripped a new asshole.
they took the Kung Pao thing and they made it permanent, I guess.
They did, and they started a huge empire.
Of comedy.
Yeah. Well, I saw the closest I've got to meet Tim. I saw Tim, and he had these wasabi peanuts, and he was like eating them behind the fucking van, and he was like creeping around. And we went to see their show, and he was like fucking like looking around the corner. And he comes out. My friend became this like huge fanboy, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, Tim," and he's like, "Yeah, whatever." He just like walked by, you know, just that, you know, the fanboy thing.
Oh
Yeah.
My buddy did worked on his show when they first started doing it, and he looked a lot like is Tim the big guy or the
Eric's the big guy.
Eric's the big guy.
Yeah.
So he looks a lot like Eric.
Uh-huh.
And they tried to get him to be his body double for a bunch of stuff, but he didn't want to be on camera. So
Come on.
he never did it.
And Lord knows what type of shit they would have him do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was your
Work on his poor
is your friend
milk all over
awkward?
you.
Is he awkward, or is he Tim and Eric worthy?
Oh yeah, he's on the level. Definitely.
They definitely exploit a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
We were talking about David Libby Hart. He's a sweetheart. Love him to death. But you know, they have just the weirdest fucking people. I don't even know where they get them at. But you know, it sounds
Casting
like they just
calls.
yeah,
I'm sure.
they pick them up like that.
Well,
or
that's
maybe
how those
they're-
guys met. They met on a casting call, as far as I know.
Oh, Tim and Eric.
What the internet told me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I missed the whole train when that was like a big thing, and I was always into like stoner culture stuff and like funny comedy weirdo shit, but it took me forever to watch that show. And then when I did and like really allowed myself to watch it, I was like, okay, there's no fighting how funny this fucking shit is. Like I don't know, there's something about like a band that everyone likes, and there's something inside of myself that won't allow myself to like the album.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my friend, like MGMT, that band. I like them a lot. Then they put out a new one, and I was like, I bet it's not like, I don't know why I have that initial reaction.
Well, I still haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I'm in that same boat with that kind of
Skip
shit.
it.
But those
Skip
guys
it.
delivered. They're funny.
Yeah,
They're super funny. And
But not like, so you can have like almost like a grudge against them because they were onto it, or
No, not at all.
But do you like?
They're much older than I am.
Do you
so.
like it though?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's most of it. I mean, I would say a lot of it I enjoy when it came out.
Do you like Eric Andre?
You know, I don't think I've seen anything he's done yet. I know about him, like I know what he does, but I haven't like sat down and studied him and watched him and shit.
If you watch it all at once, all episodes at once, you'll
It's an episodic thing. Like
Yeah.
It's all shows and shit.
Yeah, once you
Gotcha.
watch the full one, because his interviews are just so crazy. He's got like fucking real rats and shit. Because they actually had rats in the studio, and their studio is like 110 degrees because their air conditioner didn't work, and they're the top floor in LA, and everybody that comes in doesn't even know. They're like, "Can you turn on the air conditioner?" And the reason they turned off the air conditioner because it didn't work. So they just were like, well, let's just not get that fixed. Let's just fuck with the with the guests, and they all just freak out. Every single one of them, they just fuck with them so bad. Besides, just going on
That's
the
like
street.
those old. Do you ever watch Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's that Adult Swim shit. Or it wasn't called Adult Swim. It was called Toonami back then.
Oh, okay.
That was like mid 90s or something.
Yeah,
that was the first time I ever see. Okay, there's that one episode of Space Ghost where he gets bit by an ant.
Yeah,
and he crawls for about 10 minutes, talking and singing to himself, trying to find this ant, and he's just slowly making one way from the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen. It takes him 2.5 minutes to get to one side, and there's like 4 or 5 scenes, and it's the best thing I've ever seen. Still,
I love
to this
that
day.
shit. What about Brack?
Brack, oh yeah,
That guy was just fuck. He had his own show for a little bit. What, you don't know Brack?
I don't know, Brack.
Oh, come on,
dude.
man.
I'll check it
It's
out.
wonderful.
Brack, you're missing something if you don't know that. Even if Space Ghost is the shit, and then there's Brack. He's just one of the best.
Uh-huh.
He's just I'm just hanging out here. Just
What's the
Characters.
yeah. Well, he's like an alien guy. Like he's got some funny like chompers teeth. He's a good guy.
is the music videos of Brack are pretty. That's even like pre-Toonami too. I think all that shit.
Yeah. So yeah,
Who
that's
did
kinda,
it first, man?
Yeah, who done it? I'd say like
monolith?
Space Ghost is probably really close to doing that really awkward skittish stuff, and then Tom Green came in and ripped the hole through the world.
I just saw his movie for the first time like a month ago. What is that?
Which movie?
The one that he directed.
The Freddy Got Fingered.
Freddy Got fingered.
Daddy, would you
Yeah,
like some sausage?
yeah.
When I was like, when that
Proud.
movie first came out, I somehow got a DVD and I religiously watched it every day. After school, I would go home and I'd watch Freddy Got Fingered, and I would just stare. I knew every beat of that whole movie,
Oh my god.
and it's
Talking
like,
to a real Freddy Got Fingered fan over you.
but didn't you do stuff like that too?
Oh,
like
yeah.
you'd find one thing and latch to it, like it
Yeah.
became your
Yeah.
Bible or
I
whatever.
still watch Young Frankenstein every.
Yeah, you
like,
talk
nice.
about that movie all the time.
I love it every.
Mine was Breakin',
I don't know Breakin'.
the breakdancing movie from the mid '80s.
Don't know.
It's the most positive movie ever made.
And it means so much to you.
Yeah, well, it did. I mean, it still
did
has
something.
it still has its roots in me. It's
Yeah.
got its claws in my stomach, but
Yeah, whether you're aware of it or not.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't want to know what Freddy Got Fingered did to my psychosis.
dude.
Did you watch that on VHS?
It was probably a DVD or it must have. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a DVD.
It reminds me because back in the day, I used to hang out with my friends back in North Dakota, and we used to trade VHSs, all the time because it was like right when DVDs were starting to be hot.
Yeah.
So they were 50 cents, so we get all the good ones,
Yeah.
Rumpelstiltskin. I'd be tripping our balls off and fucking watching Rumpelstiltskin or Dick Tracy,
Yeah.
listen to Mr. Bungle and shit like that.
Oh, Mr. Bungle. I think there was.
Hey,
there
if you
was-
want to have a good time, you should watch Dick Tracy and put on Mr. Bungle,
The
California.
Dick Tracy movie.
Yes, and put the volume down. Start it at the same time. It doesn't matter when you start it.
Just
It's gonna,
watch it
it's
with
gonna
that
work
shit?
every time. Dick Tracy and Mr. Bungle, California, and 2CE. Just try that.
Have you read the all the shit about Dick Tracy too. How it's like Hollywood hell.
No.
That if you ever want to get lost on Wikipedia for about 15 minutes, you should read about Dick Tracy too.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
They never made it, right?
No.
Yeah.
But he's still trying to do it, and the dude's like 75, and he wants to still be Dick Tracy.
Oh, the actor?
Uh-huh.
Oh God, give me a break, dude.
But
Sad.
old Dick Tracy would be kind of dope.
Yeah, maybe if he comes back and they read because like the colors and all that shit is really cool. Like
Oh yeah.
like I to be honest, I've never seen the real movie. I just watch it while I'm tripping my balls off.
You've never seen the movie, but you've seen it with other shit under it.
Yeah, the overlaying effects.
That's really dumb.
That is dumb. Well, those days are over now.
But I appreciate that a lot.
Do you guys know what was the deal? There was like some movie, and if you played the album, I think it was like some total stoner shit, like Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon played with Wizard of Oz.
That's where that's where we got the idea.
Right? Like that everything's syncopated.
You're talking about Limp Bizkit's Significant Other on top of that Nicolas Cage movie,
Face Off?
Next. Remember Next, where the trailer, the car's flipping over. You can do it to Face Off also. You can
you can do it with anything.
You can do it with any Nick Cage movie. You just put a Limp Bizkit album over it.
God.
And just take the volume
That sounds
off.
perfect. Chocolate Starfish mixed with
It does work with almost
Snake
everything.
Eyes.
It works with almost everything. I've done that with many things. Tron and what's it? Cigaros. That was a good one.
But to get back to the VHS thing, I think the one VHS I watched so much that you would watch it and you would just get that warble like every second, and the audio would just fall out.
Yeah, and it'd probably be really hard to find a VHS that is in working condition nowadays.
Yeah,
just slowly
the one
going
we
away.
watched the most was Drop Dead Fred. That was a family favorite. Even my mom was like,
Yeah, my
"Drop
mom
Dead
and I would
Fred."
watch that shit all the time, dude.
And that shit was pretty strange, right? Imaginary friend that's just completely bonkers, just freaking
They
out.
all are, right? All the Have you ever had an imaginary friend that was like fucking
Most
legit?
likely. What, legit?
Yeah, he's fucking knew what was going on.
I had one imaginary friend in my whole life, Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, Bob was just a normal dude that I would hang out with, but he had a helicopter hat.
Well, of course. How old were you?
46. Or he was 46.
Those are some of my youngest memories for sure. Yeah.
Sorry, kid, but I'm going to have to go back to the construction site. I got a few toilets to plumb. I can't be here for too much longer, kid. You got to tell me your secrets, and I got to go.
It's Bob all grown up right there. I haven't talked to Bob in a while. I should talk to him right now.
Go talk to him, man. See what he has to say. Hey, man, the world's like we got the deadly virus going on here. Come save us.
I got my helicopter hat. I can carry a couple of you out of here, but not too many more. Guess where I'm from?
Wisconsin.
Take a wild stab.
Wisconsin.
That's right.
Transylvania?
Yeah, no, it's Wisconsin. He's got it.
I got it. I know Bob.
Cheese curds
We go way back.
at the 7-Eleven.
That was his name, Bob. We ever seen What About Bob?
I don't think I have. I have not. Someone just recommended it to me. Said it was a perfect movie, is what I heard.
Well, like as far as like people that are your friends when you're young, I had some weird shit happen to me. I was a child, and my parents claimed that there was a thing in the corner, and they say it's some weird, crazy long name, and I was only 2 years old that I would have never been able to come up with, and it did not like them. They're still like freaked out about this shit. So my imaginary friend was like some fucking creepy thing in the corner, like creepy crawly, crazy shit. No friends. I never had a friend.
Your parents told you there was a thing in the corner?
No, I told them there was a thing in the corner, and they were like, "Who is that?" And I was like, "It's Roshkin Bob, fucking blah blah blah, like French, like 16th century shit." Blah blah blah. Your Roshkin Bob doesn't sound like.
I think your dad's a vampire.
Well, he is. You know,
Your mom's I don't know.
he's a.
Your mom is a woman.
She is. You know. Yeah. That was what. Yeah. She is what she is. So like when you're fucking riffing making, like, how long does it take for you to make a video? Because you tend to make quite a few videos that are over the top, edited quite nicely. How long does it take you to make one of those videos?
Well, if you counter in all the music or all the sound is to make the song maybe between 4 and 6 hours, and then the video itself, compiling everything, re-editing things, it could be upwards to 20 or 30 hours, sometimes 40.
That's not bad though, man. That's pretty fast.
It could be a lot faster, but I'm not very versed on Premiere and like the advanced editing techniques. It's really, Premiere is not good.
No, it's destroying the industry in a whole.
It needs to be eliminated, or at least someone needs to take it and turn into what it should be right now. If you want to adjust audio in Premiere, you have to type it in. You can't use a slider with your mouse to turn it up or down. You have to type it in.
Oh my God.
It's just fucking caveman shit.
But it doesn't do like multi-track. It does just like a stereo file.
Well, it does.
It'll do all sorts of files. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's what everybody has. It's what everybody's forced to use, because what was it before? It's not Logic. That's
I don't know video.
Audio.
I don't do video.
What
I know
is
there's
that other
Final Cut.
Final Cut Pro.
Cut Pros.
So Final Cut was the industry standard, and then they had a new update a couple years back, and it just completely destroyed everything that worked in the program.
That's where Pro Tools has been going to, according to someone that works at Pro Tools.
That's
I
dangerous.
will not name.
That's crazy.
Pro Tools.
What do you do
Big
about
thumbs
that
down.
shit? Where we're in 2020, and the software is just crumbling before our eyes. Because I've had to work with Premiere, and it fucking blows, dude. It makes me not want to do anything.
There's things about Premiere that I appreciate a lot. Because before that I used Sony Vegas, and there's things about Vegas that I appreciate, and there's things about Premiere that I appreciate.
And you'd think they'd figure it out, right?
Well, yeah, there's some control happening. There's some puppetry elsewhere.
Yeah.
That doesn't allow for it to evolve into what it needs to be. And I'm sure there's a bunch of Premiere bros out there that are going to tell me to go fuck myself. But
oh, fuck it. Fuck them, dude.
I mean, I'm sure you use that shit as much as I do, but I want it to work like I use Ableton to do all my music.
Yeah.
And the way Ableton works is very user-friendly. When I say user-friendly, I mean I can do something very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Despite my experience.
Yeah.
And when I first used Ableton, I wasn't able to do certain things, but now that I am able to Ableton, I can do things extremely quickly when I need to. But in Premiere, I can't do things extremely quickly.
And the curve is absolutely insane. But you do a lot. You do a lot of cutouts of like your like characters and everybody. You know, like you do all kinds of fucking really good, crazy shit. You know,
I got 3 green screens in my spot.
Yeah.
I got one at the end of the room where all the amps are. And then I got one behind my computer, or in front of my computer in the kitchen. And then I put one in front of my drum set, but that one didn't work out very well. So I got to fix that one up.
Well, I'd love to collaborate with you sometime, because I got a funny, like I got to re-record a funny song that I have.
Oh yeah.
And make a funny video.
Okay.
I think you're the one person that would be perfect to get that done.
What song is that?
Como te amos.
You know, we recorded that at my house.
No, we recorded a bunch of other stuff.
That was a really weird day when we were recording that.
But there's that's the old school like me. That's the me that want to do shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I used to do the
Como
kind of
te
stuff,
amas is an incredible song, I will say. It's
Yeah.
your finest work.
multilingual. Right. That's
Languages
my
are good.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, I used to do what you do, but I kind of lost it, because it's fucking hard, man, to put out funny content like that. And you're on top of it right now. You're just about ready for something's going to go viral really soon. I can see it happening.
Really?
Yeah, I know. I could feel it in the air. I could feel it.
You really think so?
I do. I'm bored.
Why are you guys laughing? Oh, that fucking song.
Yeah.
I did that for a contest, Did I tell you about this
Which
shit?
song?
No,
The Poo Poo Pee Pee Man?
Oh, Poo Poo Pee Pee.
I haven't seen you or anybody else for a long time.
Oh, fuck, dude. So
Can I be really embarrassing and ask for one of those warm beers that you were
Oh
talking
yeah, of
about?
course. Do you want the shitty IPA?
Either one's
These are
fine.
kind of cold,
That's fine. Yeah, that's great.
but they taste fucking
I just
awful.
don't have an opener for it.
It's an Ninkasi. I got it.
He doesn't care.
This
He's-
is where I cut to commercial because I'm just trying to get a beer.
Here, I can't
Nuke's
open
hot
this
sauce
right now,
commercial
so you're gonna get a
insert.
High Life or a pub. Or here's a pub.
Excellent.
for
Thank you.
He doesn't. He actually doesn't care. He's from Maine, and he ever since this Corona thing happened, he's been knocking over shit all over the fucking place.
All right. Back to business.
Okay, so
you were talking about your song.
the
stop
poo
making
poo.
Pee Pee Man.
I don't know the origin of the Poo Poo Pee Pee Man meme, but I know it's probably like 4 or 5 years old at this point. I just like the combination of those words, Poo Poo Pee Pee Man. It's
Sure.
It's
Well,
just,
yeah,
it's
it's
fucking juvenile.
classic.
It's
Yeah.
just the dumbest fucking thing of all time.
It made my friend roar with laughter today when I was just at the store and the game store.
Noli.
Noli Ravioli, and I was like, "Yeah, we're doing a podcast tonight." And this guy made this song, "Poo Poo Pee Pee Man," and he just immediately his head bolted
Yeah.
back, and he just gave out a big laugh.
That's why we're here, because I want to
large
show
bellow.
people, even though that this podcast is still like in the beginning. I want to get this shit out there. I want to see some of this stuff go viral.
So there's this streamer. His name's Destiny, and he's the first streamer to go full time with playing computer games streaming.
Yeah,
And he's been doing it since like Justin TV, which is the precursor to Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So he probably started in like the mid to late 2000s with that. And so that's his whole fucking thing. Like,
Yeah,
and he also does he does all the I don't know anything about him until I did this shit, because there's a Discord channel that I fuck with, and they're like, you should do this guy's contest, and I said
What's it
okay.
called?
Which one?
the channel.
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Is a
Never mind.
secret.
This is not out yet.
No, they'll fucking kill me if I do.
Yeah, you don't want those guys.
They'll dox me.
Those
So,
are where the hackers lay, right?
yeah, they fuck with me right now, and they're always like, how's your mom?
Yeah, just send her a package through the email.
Well, yeah, they're all friends with her on Facebook and
Anyways,
shit.
so you're in the channel.
Oh
having
yeah,
a
so
chat.
they told me to do the contest, and so I gotta like take this dude's theme that he made on his piano, because he was a piano major in college or something, and I was like, okay, this is a thing, and someone posted the MIDI to it, so I took the MIDI, and I didn't like the way that he worded his contest, like the rules and shit. I thought it was obtuse about what is required as far as rules go.
It's perfect for you.
And yeah, it was kind of pretentious. So
Okay.
I decided to respond with
Poo poo pee pee.
Poo Poo Pee Pee Man.
Well, you did good.
And he streamed the song and the video, and that's what I wanted. I didn't win it.
You didn't win?
No.
Who won?
I don't know. Some garbage.
Oh, come on, man. The internet's just a bunch of bullies, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Bunch of mean people.
Those meanie heads. The poo poo pee pee people.
They're okay with it. There was some people that were really receptive to it. And that's who I want around me.
So when did you start your channel, the YouTube?
Probably like 2007 or something.
2007, but you've been ramping things up lately.
Yeah, ever since I figured out the video stuff, I've been now all the dumb ideas that I have, I can just
They're pouring out like
Yeah.
fucking.
Has like the quarantine like made you work more on it because you're at home and you got nothing else to do?
yes and no, because
Yeah.
I've been out, and when the whole COVID thing happened, I got property out on the gorge
That's right.
from
We were talking
Craigslist, and I
about that.
bought an RV with Trump bucks and unemployment checks and stuff sitting around,
Yeah.
and
So you're out at the farm. You come back to town. You're bored here.
exactly.
You like to be on the farm?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, usually, yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I love being out in nature, and
Yeah. I've been thinking about that a lot, because you're from Alaska. I'm from North Dakota. It's kind of the
That's
same thing.
what we're used to
Yeah.
is being outside for a minute.
I
That's
mean-
why we're in Oregon, really,
I'm
right?
from Maine.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I really, really like Portland. This place has been really good to me. I think I've been good to it, but I think I want to move out to the country, or at least have some land out there and just grow some shit and make some crazy shit, like mimic my backyard basically. And
Oh yeah,
like
man,
Jake has
that's
been
the
there.
dream.
You got to come see it. It's like just food everywhere. It's
awesome.
basically a huge like forest, and now like it's just blown up. I just eat berries all day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just go pick berries. Baby's fucking crying. I got a fucking baby, so I was like,
Just chuck a
I gotta-
berry into its mouth
Yeah.
through the window.
I can't wait.
Shut up.
Can't wait to give that thing something besides formula.
Just give it some hot sauce.
We can't even. Yeah, give it some. Yeah. She'll,
My friend
she'll
got
love
that.
that.
I guess sent my friend a bundle of the Nukes hot sauce, and he has a newborn, and he said, "I love the hot sauce, but I gave the hot one to my baby, and he cried."
Who gives their baby your fucking hot sauce? Is this for real?
Yes, for real.
It's like something I would do, but now that I'm a father, I would never do that.
Yeah. Anyways,
What the fuck?
But you know, like you said,
Who the fuck?
Heaven
I don't even
Lands.
want to know who that is.
that's my
great.
old best friend. But
Probably somebody from Maine, or so he's from.
Yeah, he's from Maine.
He's from Maine, so you know.
I spent a summer in Alaska too, in Glacier Bay, Gustavus, a super small town. I would not expect you to know anything about that.
Do you know where it
tiny-ass
is
town.
geographically?
Yeah, it's super close to Juneau. It was just
okay,
like
yeah.
a hop and a jump. It was like literally in a 3-person plane. Like I felt like it was in a James Bond movie or something.
Cool.
Flew into Juneau, got on this plane, just hopped around, like saw some crazy mountains, and then landed in this tiny town. Population was like under 100, and there's 2 streets. And I stayed a summer there and worked on a garden and like a restaurant, and just to like remove myself from technology, because I was like doing so many audio gigs that I felt like I was becoming a computer. Like I was just like so technical in the way I functioned, and it was just like gig after gig after gig, and just like, I don't know. I was just like, I need to return to nature, you know, and like work on a garden in Alaska sounds great. So I just did it. It was pretty cool, man. Like no internet at all, really. Like if I wanted to post something on Instagram, it would take literally like 24 hours. If it would slowly like pinwheel up to like posting.
Do you remember how far from Juneau that shit was?
Not far, probably like
It was a drive.
well, you have to fly or take a boat, and it was probably a 45-minute boat ride,
Gotcha.
or like a 20-minute little.
I've only been up to Juneau like. Oh wait, Juneau is fucking the capital, dude.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Are you really
thinking-
from Alaska?
I'm like, Fairbanks is the one up at the top, and Juneau's the one at the bottom. There's an island. That one. The
Are you pulling a
Juneau.
Billy here? Bill, you're pulling a Billy Kyle.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't talk like Billy does. I ain't seen him in a while, so I can't
Yeah, it
imitate
takes.
him.
You gotta soak it up. You gotta soak it up a little.
I've known
bit.
Billy since I was a kid.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I known all them dudes since I was a kid, man.
That's kind of how this is all happening because of the Megaton House, and Megaton House used to let me book shows there, and I was fresh into Portland, and I just that place is so sweet, man.
I lived on the top floor
Yeah, you live.
5 years or something, 4 years.
Oh, did
Exactly.
you meet me at that time?
I probably did,
Yeah,
but I don't remember because I was drinking a lot back then.
yeah, I was fucked up too.
Mm-hmm.
I was fucking crazy, and just right into town, so it was like submerging myself in this whole new.
Oh yeah, back then Portland was like that was when it was a drinking town.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's
Yeah.
just like a cosplay drinking town, pretend drinking. There ain't nothing cool to do no more.
Yeah, well, it'll probably get back to the weird shit because that was fun. That was like a waste. There's like a wasteland area, you know, and that place was so unique. I'm glad that you would live there because it was such a bizarre place.
That was a weird part of town.
You know, it was
You could see the Starbucks from your living room window just hanging out.
but it had 2 houses and then just a big field behind it. And the Alaskan people took it over.
Yeah,
It
there
was
was
called the Alaska House.
All Alaskans.
What is
Those
it?
2 houses.
Gateway to Hell, Alaska House, Megaton House, something Billy Goat's Gruff. I don't know. It has so many fucking different names.
I called it Terrific Pacific for a minute.
Yeah.
And Andrew didn't like it because it didn't have his band name in the name.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
house.
See, that was the thing. It was like Andrew fighting with Billy Kyle. you know, like because they lived in separate houses.
Yeah.
And I found it to be like basically the best breeding ground for somebody to go to if they didn't know where to go. And Billy was kind of like a cult leader where he would go to shows and be like, "Hey, come out to this place," you know. And I loved
come over to my house, dude. It's cool.
Yeah, come over and you can play. You can play a show. You can put up book shows. One time I played a show. I was so excited to play at the Megaton House. I was like, this is exactly why I moved here. This is why I didn't know it at the time. I always wanted to play at house shows, and I did that back home and everything. But when I finally came there and I was ready to go, had the show booked and everything was good to go. Billy Kyle called me and said, "Hey man, are you bringing? Can you bring me an extension cord?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "You're coming to the show, right?" And I was like, "I'm playing tonight, Billy. I'm playing. I'm playing with your band, dude. Like we're playing together, and you're asking me if I'm coming to the show."
Is this when they were doing dual shows where they had shows at both houses?
It wasn't at both houses. It was more in the beginning. And then like Andrew left, and everybody in that house was gone. So I was like, and then Billy left, and I was the only one taking care of the house. And I ended up booking this show, and I was like, I don't know what to do here. I guess just regulate people, you know. Mm-hmm. But you know, it was such a fun fucking place.
Both those houses are gone now.
Completely torn down.
Wiped.
I drive by there every once in a while.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like, I don't know. Maybe somebody needs to buy that property and just
I think it's supposed to be a middle school.
Oh, is that?
That's what I heard for a while. Yeah.
Well, why tear down those houses, man? There's a huge
Can't
field.
put no school in no tiny house like that.
And those are creepy houses.
Oh yeah, dude.
Very creepy.
Fucking bugs in those basements were weird.
What kind of bugs?
Like these beetle things that were like the length of a finger almost. And when they saw you, they would come up on their hind and look at you and like flash their fucking hands at you.
I've seen those.
That's the only time in my life I've looked them up online. I don't know what the fuck they are. They're
hardy, but
I know what
dude.
you're talking about. They got like these crazy legs, right? And they just
stand up and when they see you and they're like, I'm going to get you, dude.
Yeah, that place.
Yeah.
Do they get you or do they just stay?
They just stand up. I mean, I'm sure maybe they bite or maybe they're like some form of cockroach or something. But dude, I see those and I'd fucking flip.
Whoa, that's
they were
crazy.
Creepy.
I've been watching a lot of Naked and Afraid lately, and that sounds a lot like up that territory.
There was like a Z bomber guy.
Dan America.
Yeah, Dan. I haven't thought about that guy for a while.
He just moved to Wisconsin, or not Wisconsin, but one of those, you know, the fucking Midwestern states. Like 2 weeks ago, I just went to his house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I still keep in touch with him.
Do you ever do
frequently.
the Z bombing?
Mm-hmm.
You've done that shit?
I did on rollerblades. Yeah.
Oh my god!
That's fucking
When do you want to
awesome.
explain to people that don't know what the Z bombers are?
Well, you go up to they don't do it. Well, they do it still, but as far as I know, it's not official.
It's fading out.
It's dying or it's dead.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can still get the bikes off of the statue on the 12th and Burnside. That whole.
I don't know anything about.
Yeah, well, they
bombing.
had this thing there. It's probably still there, but I don't know if they have the bikes on there. But that's where they would go, and the city gave them a statue to fucking put their bikes on,
and they chain them up.
Mm-hmm.
They chain up all these fucking bikes.
A statue,
or they bring their own.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they like
the statue is a golden like mini bike.
Is it every Sunday or something?
It was every Sunday at 9 or some shit, and they'd take the Max up to the zoo, and they would bomb. For the listeners at home, I'm using quotation marks with the word bomb because bomb means to go down a steep hill with your tiny baby bike meant for a 4-year-old. You're a grown adult and you're taking it all the way down from the zoo to Goose Hollow area. And it's a good, I don't know, I don't want to offend any zoo bombers out there, but it's like maybe 2 or 3 miles, something like that, where you don't pedal, just a straight shot.
You can't pedal.
And other times they'll take the fucking highway down too. They'll get on. I did this one time. They got on the highway and took the tunnels down to Goose Hollow. So
The tunnels next to the zoo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with those tunnels.
This is before the protests.
I ain't lying, man. This is what they did, dude.
Yeah, I love
That's
this
crazy.
shit. Yeah. I never would do it. Did it, like, how many people did you ever biff it?
I feel like you're
Obviously
about to tell
not.
me
You're
that
still
you're
alive.
lying and you
I ain't
made
fucking
all
lying.
that up.
He's not lying.
Okay, cool.
He's
Why
not
you guys-
lying. He's not lying because Dan America. All
All right, I'm with you. I believe you. I believe you.
Dan gave me
100%.
he gave me a bunch of his Zoo Bomb memorabilia.
What?
Or no, he had it in a free box because I don't know, like he's like turning that chapter on his life or something, and he doesn't want
Looking the other
to
way.
reminisce or
He's
something.
looking the other way.
Shedding
Yeah.
his skin.
Oh,
I saw a guy fucking drop ass on that thing. He had to go to the hospital on the highway.
man. I'm sure
I'm not like,
almost every weekend somebody got hurt.
yeah, sure. I'm not trying to glorify it or nothing, but I done saw it. I ain't lying.
You,
Did
so,
you do
so
it?
as of now,
Nice.
yeah,
He's
I'm
nodding
furiously
his head.
shaking my head. Yes.
So now that you've been through that, would you? What if you said that they're probably fizzling out? Would you do it? Obviously, you probably wouldn't do it again, right?
I would love to. Yeah.
You wanna do
I don't
it
know if
again?
I'm physically capable of doing it,
So you,
but I would.
your body's holding you back.
Yeah.
Would you encourage somebody of younger values to?
Yeah, just don't listen to shitty punk music while you're going down the hill. Like listen to something good at least. Like keep the Rancid and the fucking propaganda off your iPod and
is
listen
that-
to some Poison Idea or something.
Is that part of it? Is that part of it too? You got to listen to music while you're going down.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a punk rock thing to do. So yeah, it's always a good soundtrack.
Did they ever like videotape this, like a skate video kind of thing?
I have no idea. Sure they did. It's probably what ruined it.
Well, we got to get it back.
Yeah, we got to get the tape back.
You
gotta
said
get-
Poison Idea, and now all I'm thinking is their song Discontent, which I always thought was one of my faves. I've been listening to a lot of hardcore records this month.
Oh, sick. What have you been hearing?
Well, I just watched the Fugazi documentary Instrument for the first time since maybe high school, maybe. And then that got me on the spree of Youth of Today, and Bad Brains, just like classic stuff, really. Anything loosely oriented to like political angst right now is just like hitting the fucking spot.
But you weren't listening to this rolling down a fucking hill on a bike
No.
made for a child.
No, I was listening to these things when I was
What
younger.
the fuck, dude? I mean, what are you doing with your life? Are you just like cooking?
He just
hot
told you
sauce?
he's listening to hardcore music.
Okay, all right.
When you
should be-
can't participate in hardcore, you got to listen to it. That's really-
actually, yeah, I'm being a little aggressive here. I should calm down a little
Gotta
bit.
chill out,
I
bro.
should calm down.
You ever heard of a band called Fish? It's a great way.
Yeah,
I that song that says, "We want you to be happy."
Yeah, we'll just throw on the Grateful Dead and just chill out.
Dude, I remember the first time I ever heard The Dead. It was at a weed store on Lombard and fucking Peninsula or something. There's a guy in there. It's by the Plaid. I never heard The Dead before because I didn't know what they sounded like. And it's just one dude with dreadlocks in this weed store. He's got like 5 or 6 strands of weed.
Classic place to hear the Dead.
And there's like cardboard boxes everywhere, but he's got this really nice TV on the back of his display case, and he's got the Grateful Dead fucking satellite TV on or something. So all it is videos and music of them, and I'm like watching this while I'm in there trying to buy one of my 5 or 6 strands of weed, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you like the Dead?" And I was like,
classic.
it's like I don't know how to answer that because I don't like the Dead. I don't like jam band stuff. It makes me uncomfortable.
Sure.
You're starting to freak me out, dude.
Exactly. Yeah.
You getting your knuckles ready for your fight?
No, not at all. I just don't want to be
just don't
pounced
like
on.
the Dead.
I don't.
Yeah, no, I get
I've
it.
only heard like 1 or 2 songs, like Cocaine Train or something. Choo choo.
All I know is I can go to a Grateful Dead.
Choo choo cocaine.
If I go to a Grateful Dead concert, I'm gonna walk out wearing a dress.
Well, you know
And
who's in
freshly fucked
the
or
Grateful
something.
Dead now is John Mayer is the lead of the Grateful Dead now.
Oh, thank God!
Really?
Thank God!
Yeah,
good
dude.
for him.
Isn't that kind of strange? Like
God.
he's such a like classic electric blues player that he leads the long.
Well, he's not
jams.
he's not a classic electric.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
John
he
Mayer?
loves that. He loves the finger picking.
Oh yeah.
Kinda
Well, he's, I
stuff.
don't want to consider him to
Shredder,
be
dude.
the like in the
He's a
classic
shredder,
area.
dude.
Oh, I don't.
He does shred.
Yeah, dude.
I don't give a fuck about John Mayer, but I know he shreds.
Well,
No,
what-
I just think it's weird that
what
he
about
took
Hanson,
Jerry
you know?
Garcia's.
Those kids shred too, man.
I used to
Hanson?
Speaking of speaking of funny like crazy skit things, whenever there are shows, me and you should do something. I used to go to the Hanson shows at the Aladdin Theater.
Used to go to the Hanson
I didn't
shows.
go in.
Talking about Hanson?
Hey, listen, I didn't go in. right?
Multiple Hanson shows that occur that you would go to
I
on the
would-
frequent.
I would pass out baseball cards to Hanson fans, and I would record this, and I have one up on YouTube. It's called "Baseball Cards for Hanson Fans," and that's what I used to do. I used to do that shit.
That's so fucking
Yeah.
dumb, dude.
Oh, it's great, man. And like, because they were lined up. I was really hungover one day, just like fucking like it was like really hot out. My old shop was right next to the Aladdin Theater, and I happened to get a pack of baseball cards from this plaid pantry just right down the street, right? The owner like knew me, and he like just gave me this pack of cards. I was like, "This is fucking great." This, the good old Portland shit. It's like
Yeah,
you end up
when-
with a pack of baseball cards in your pocket.
Owners of
You know,
storefronts
It
would just
hasn't happened
just
to me,
like,
but
he's-
I'm
he's
gonna
like-
believe you.
He's like, "Yeah, just passing these out today."
Okay.
And I had him in my back pocket, and I was just
Cody.
hungover, walking around.
You're
and I see
hungover. You
this-
need some baseball cards.
I see this
You're hungover.
huge fucking line, and I'm like, baseball cards for Hanson fans, and the chick was like, "What?" She was like all excited. She was all into it. So that night, when the line got bigger, I got the camera, and I was like, "All right, let's go out. Let's go hit this shit up."
You got any
It
Mark
was raining out, and I was like, baseball cards for Hanson fans. And we had the fucking camera on, so they thought we were part of like Hanson's crew. Like maybe it was like part of the, like they were filming a music video or something. So they'd come up, and then I would be like, baseball cards for Hanson fans, and they'd be like, oh, what? And they'd be so confused.
Did you still have a beard though?
Yeah, I had a
your beard.
smaller beard. Yeah. And they loved it. Some of them, the best part was when the best part when I was like,
It's so weird.
When the guy with the baseball card came up to me before the Hanson concert, it was almost better than the Hanson concert.
Well, of course
even though
it was.
I love concerts and I love Hanson, but he stole it from Hanson.
so
Gave
I
it
did-
all to me.
I did that every year after
random.
that.
Every time Hanson played the Aladdin
They played there once a year.
you were that
for
guy.
2
Was
years.
that, yeah, it was for 2 years.
2006, 2007. We'll see you later. 2008, not going to happen.
Best
We're
part
going
about
alternative. We're playing Dante's.
Best part of this whole thing is one time somebody got a Kirby Puckett.
Or what now?
Kirby Puckett. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
she said. I was like, yeah, like the last lady got a Kirby Puckett. She's like, a what? I'm like, Kirby Puckett.
Oh,
You don't know
Is
who
that
Kirby
a rare card or something?
It's Kirby Puckett
a
from the
rare
Minnesota Twins, brother.
he's a rare baseball player. You
I'm
only
not-
see him once every
I
4
don't know.
seasons.
I don't know anything about baseball.
He's a Pokemon that doesn't come out very often.
Yeah, he's a. Yeah, he's he's what he is. You know,
That's exciting.
it is exciting. And once this this goddamn virus comes,
Stop banging the fucking table.
Kirby,
God-
dude. Fucking Kirby Puckett from the Twins, man.
they came out pretty good on that one.
Minnesota.
It's probably worth like $2. You know,
How was that Hanson concert though?
nah, I never saw it, but I did think about going one time because I was like, this is so fucked up.
I'm so hungover
Like
that I
these
think I
people are
might go.
so into this shit. What
They're like the Tool fans of Hanson.
They are the fans of Hanson. You got that right. Who do you think a Hanson fan? What do you think they would be like?
I feel like they'd be really like delicate, soft-spoken.
They
people.
were
Like
They
they
were
shampoo
the
and
best
condition
people.
every day.
They were the best people to hand out fucking random baseball cards.
Yeah,
do.
I feel like they're very like surface level people. Like they talk about what they ate for food. They talk about like I don't know,
For the
their
audience,
mom and dad, and that's it. Like
for the audience, Jake's eyes are really big right now.
I'm just thinking, you asked a question,
I
I'm
know.
going for
I wanna,
the answer.
I want to get inside that big brain of yours. I want to see.
it's like it's the same person that goes to the mall like a couple times a week just to go.
That's exactly it.
Like, do they go? They get the Jamba
Like,
Juice. They walk around.
I'm telling you, this was
Right.
This was
Annie's
probably,
pretzels.
It's just a soft,
pretzels,
like
man,
soft, normal.
I decided to, instead of going to the Lloyd Center, I went to Clackamas Town Center, and that's where I do the brunt of my workout. I go to Borders and Books, or I'm sorry, I go to Barnes and Noble.
It's somebody
That's
like
why-
that
that's
that
why-
just does this like delicate drifting through life, and they listen to Hanson.
That's why when some weird dude approaches them and hands them a card, they were probably like, they're still talking about it. They're still like, remember that time that guy came by and gave us a fucking baseball
That
card?
was enough.
They
of a
framed
shift
it. It's on
in
their
world.
fucking.
Shifted
It's
everything.
on their wall in their bathroom
Everything.
in Topeka, Kansas. Topeka,
Topeka.
Kansas.
Man, that was a game changer.
That
Guys,
That song was all about planting a flower. Did you know that? Bop, diggity bop bop, bop, diggity all bop.
Hey, we got the engine starting.
guys,
up.
I
You better grab some ammo there. You better.
I saw Hanson at the Aladdin Theater, and I went next door to the hotcake house. Have you guys been there?
I have been. to
It
the
is
hotcake.
unbelievable. They're open 24 hours a day, even on Christmas.
They are.
I saw Hanson on Christmas Eve. It was a delectable evening.
See, that's the person.
We nailed it. All right, so
Mid-20s.
let's. Anybody in the mood for some hot sauce? We're gonna take a little break.
The Degenerate Life podcast is brought to you by Nuke's Hot Sauce. Nuke's Hot Sauce, made in Portland, Oregon. All natural hot sauce. Banana habanero, green apple serrano, smoky chipotle hot sauces. What more could you ask for? www.nukessauces.com, NEWKS sauces.com. Use code DEGENERATE for 10% off your first order of sauce.
We're back. We're back.
We're back.
Do we want music or not?
We're fucking back. There we go. All right. Slow it down, Jake. Every episode we take a break, and then he just loves to monkey around with that thing. Well,
All right, I'm relaxed and ready to talk.
you okay now?
Sure.
That traumatizing thing we talked about.
I'm fine now.
I am curious when it would be okay to talk about that on this show. But,
Anytime.
well, we could talk about. I don't know. Maybe we should talk about it. You want to talk about it?
I don't care.
Well, we were talking about viral videos, and we were talking with Andrew.
I don't have any.
Well, yeah, you don't have any yet. But
Check out that birthday.
will.
Don't
video.
give a shit. I don't care about having viral videos, man.
Well, then actually, yeah.
Because I heard about this dude's fucking. This is pre-viral shit, so I don't know if I can live the life.
I was viral.
You can't live the life. You can't hack it.
I don't think I can handle what.
You think you'd turn out like this guy?
What? It's not about turning out into somebody, but there's a amount of there's. I wouldn't call them regrets. I would call them. Sorry, I got high before we.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Came back
okay.
in.
Yeah. I was viral
what is
before
it?
we knew what a viral video
No,
was.
what is it though? What would be bad about something going viral?
Your everyday life
Yeah,
becomes
you give it up.
somebody else's.
You give it up, and people come up to you and they say, "You're that guy. You're that guy." So you can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to places as yourself. You're always painted. The picture is always painted in others' minds, and that is destructive. You know, and the question is, you know, if you're doing funny stuff all the time, don't you expect that to happen? You do.
But if your life is just not even gone to a point where you are somebody doing something and it happens to you when you're in fucking school.
Yeah, that's what our situation is here.
That fucking
sucks. Put him on the spot. Jake, tell your story. What happened? What happened?
You guys are making it sound like I was beaten as a child.
Well, it kind of. I don't know. We'll discuss it. We'll discuss where this went inside the mind.
Sure, if you want to open the door,
let's open the door. It's okay. You can hack on me next episode.
I don't feel hacked upon.
Well, let's hack it.
Yeah, I mean,
what happened?
When I was a teenager, there was a video on VH1 that came out about me. I mean, what the fuck you want to talk about?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I feel like we're talking about I was abused.
Okay, but
that's
listen,
abuse, man. It sounds like abuse.
How many people in the world have a video about their name?
No, but like one. Like I don't know anybody else that I grew up with that had a similar story.
You have a song that has your name in it.
Yeah.
And I only know one other person.
You can find it. You can go watch it right now. It's still out there.
I know one person that has a similar thing, but it's slightly different. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But
yeah,
just lay it down. What the fuck happened to you, man?
Okay, I'll tell the story. I mean, it's we just talked about it, but I'll talk about it.
Yeah, we talked about it off the mic.
Sorry.
Yeah, they all heard it. They all heard.
Let me relive it.
We already talked about it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
I've said it so many times that I don't know how entertaining it is to fresh ears, but when I before,
we're pretty entertaining.
Everybody's new to it, so it's all fresh ears.
This is not a story I expected to hear today.
Okay, all right then. Pre-YouTube, I don't know. I was 15, so it was 15 years ago. 2005.
We now know how old you are.
Yeah, 31.
You blew that.
We had a music video project in school, and some kid made a song about me, and he was really good, and he submitted it to VH1, and it won the grand prize of a season finale, and millions and millions and millions of people watched it. And I went back to school the next day, and I heard that song for the rest of my high school life. And I still hear it. I forget about it, and then it comes up.
Scotty doesn't know.
But yeah, I kind of blackmailed this kid because I didn't want anything to do with it. I didn't like the video.
You asked for a good.
I told him to pay me out.
You pay you out, and you got.
You originally said you weren't going to let him do it.
No, yeah, it ruined his crazy fun idea that everything was going to be great.
He was going to take the money and run, but he didn't. You got the $700. You got your car fixed.
I got my Mazda Protege fixed.
It was a Protege. Well, it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it was so he won the thing, and VH1 said that they needed me to sign the contract to use my face and name, and he thought that I would be stoked, and I wasn't because I was a punk ass kid that hated that kid, and I hated the song, and I hated VH1. I was anti MTV. I was anti everything. And so when he called me, I remember it very specifically in my mind. And he called me, and he was so stoked. And he was like, "Dude, Jake, I have the biggest news." I was like, "What?" And he's like, VH1 wants to air the video. We won the grand prize season finale. I just need you to sign this contract. And I was like, "Oh, no." And that just I felt him, just die on the other end of the phone because he was expecting me to say yes without any hesitation.
So bad. Big bully, right?
Who, me?
No, that guy. The guy that filmed you.
He was just kind of he wasn't a good guy. I don't know. He was just he would make fun of everybody.
Okay, so yeah,
he would just make fun of everybody.
He was a neutral, chaotic.
What would you say to that guy right now if you saw that guy?
If I saw him right now, I'd talk about it and I'd laugh.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, that was a weird chapter of our lives, wasn't it? When you made that song about me.
Yeah, that's a weird chapter.
And I'd be like, that was strange.
You were so ready to get out of high school, weren't you?
Oh yeah, almost so much that I almost dropped right out of that thing.
High school's fucking
Oh,
a prison.
so bad, man.
High school's a prison.
They are.
I think it
No
also
Joe Nixon.
hit at a very specific time when like every like section of my life was on fire, and then that guy wanted to make some weird video about me.
But you made it through. You made it through.
We're here.
You know.
Yeah.
It's all good now. Jake Nuko, right?
Yeah. I don't care about the song.
Videos
really.
on the internet.
Yeah. Thanks, Cody. Yeah. I don't care. Watch.
I've
the
done
video.
this before. I've exploited people before, but you know, it's like I guess it could hurt if somebody if that happened to me. I probably would be pretty.
I wasn't
upset.
like emotionally hurt. I was just like,
You got $700. You got your fucking car.
I was just like I didn't care. I didn't care at all.
I don't know. It's not many people go through that. But I guess once you're
No.
when did it go away?
It has not gone away. It continually comes back. We're talking about it right now, which means it hasn't gone away.
It happened to you a couple of weeks ago, right? You said it was brought to your attention again.
Oh, 2 days ago, someone posted
2
it on
days
my
ago.
Facebook wall. My friend from that time, like a true friend, not this guy and he was just like,
Hey, remember this?
yeah, he said, I miss you. And he posted the video because he knew it would get me. He would get me all
Hey,
riled
Jake.
up.
Jake, do you remember the thing that happened to you recently?
And then like multiple old friends were liking the video. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, I miss you too. I didn't
It's good promotion for your hot sauce company, though.
The nuke.
The nukes.
Yeah, it's so weird how like I don't know.
The world is like that. I mean, like I have those similar things where like something happens and it just spirals back. It's like the universe always comes back and hits you in the face over and over again. You know, it's
The viralness it's like a weird trippy feeling to know that millions and millions and millions of people watched my face on TV, but they don't know a thing about me. You know, it's just like this weird surface level joke.
What do you want them to know?
I don't know. It was just like
Looking back, what is it that you want them to know after all of these years?
yeah. That I had nothing to do with it.
this
Yeah.
episode is called Jake's Corner.
Yeah.
We're cornering Jake. we'll move on.
I don't know. I'm not like that. I'm not like traumatized by this video. I'm just like, oh, I'm pressing buttons. I'm
that
just,
woo? Where's that? Woo!
I'm just over it. You know, I'm just like, I was always over it from the second it started. I was like, okay, you got a video about me.
So there's the difference. Somebody exploited this person over here, and you are making stuff that will. I predict that it will go viral. I think something will happen. It's inevitable. You're gonna have something that pops out. It's gonna be really crazy. I've been through that on the intentional side before, and I want you to know you better get ready. Your shit's gonna get crazy.
I like the idea of never going viral now. And then years later, someone can listen to this interview and hear you say that, and it never happened.
Yeah. Well,
What if I should just stop now? It would be kind of funny.
who the fuck's listening to this? My friend Gary.
Gary, are you on the line?
Gary.
Yeah, back here.
Gary, are you driving that fucking muffin truck still in Atlanta?
Yep.
This would be really funny. Leave a comment, you fucking asshole. I think he actually did leave one comment.
Good job, guys.
By the way, everybody leave a fucking comment.
Sounds good.
Is anybody out there like? Has anybody else been famous briefly? Leave a comment. Nobody.
Nobody's been sending us any flags either.
No, we're fucking dead in the water here. This is a
Every
fucking
podcast
joke.
we request some flags
This is
to
a
come in the
fucking
mail.
joke. The first,
Not one.
Our first
flag for
episode,
what?
we were in the garage and talking about zombies and fucking like
Drugs.
We're talking about exactly what we're talking about now, where the world is fucked up and
It's gotten a lot weirder.
it's gotten bad. We were literally like making fun of like Midwestern people talking about how fucked up Portland is. Mm-hmm. Because when I went on a journey to Wyoming a while back, I ended up running into quite a few people on the road. We had a Volkswagen van, and they were like basically like, oh, where are you from? Because we rented the van, and they were all stoked about the V-dub. And they would say, we're from Portland, and they would just fucking like walk away slowly, like, ugh.
I've had to copy that sentiment because I've been out in the gorge, and I originally had a sticker on the back of my truck that said "Keep Portland Wonderful," with a picture of my buddy Jeffrey Wonderful, who has been gone for a couple of years now. But people see that "Keep Portland" shit out there in the country, and they think, "Oh, there's one of them."
Coming out of the country.
Yeah, and so I went to the hardware store and bought a "Keep Portland in Portland" bumper sticker, and I bought a Dale Earnhardt number 3, and I put that
Portland in Portland.
Yeah, "Keep Portland in Portland" and a Dale Earnhardt 3 in the back of my truck now, so I blend in
to keep them off your back.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the Melvins used to do. They used to put, if they went through Texas, they would have like stickers, like Christian stickers when they went on tour, so they'd never get pulled over. And that fucking sucks.
Melvin's already did it, man.
Yeah, they did it, but you thought about yourself, right?
I think
maybe it leaked into your subconscious. But that topic that fucking sucks, doesn't it? Where you have to
because Dale Earnhardt's dope as fuck for one.
Okay,
he's the man in black.
Yeah,
that's what they call him, and he's been turning, for his fucking entire career, dude. He's been turning left, going around the track. And he knew he had to turn right for immortality. That's why he didn't turn left that day.
Dale.
You did it on purpose? What are you saying? Did he take a right turn?
Is Dale Earnhardt dead?
He is.
Dale's dead. Black Arm's dead too. Well, we got to pour one out for our homie Black Arm.
Dale.
That was a hell of a thing I came into today.
Yeah, I just told Andrew I haven't seen him for a little bit, and then I told him that our friend died 2 years ago. That sucks.
And that was 2 years ago. So what kind of friend am I? But I wasn't in the picture for a minute.
Yeah, well, he wasn't either. We were all trying to get him back into the picture. That's part of the fucking thing,
So weird.
When somebody goes that far into the envelope, you can't. They're not coming out. So if you're not seeking them out, or if they're not seeking for help, it's really hard to. It just won't happen. You know what I mean? He was always coming in to my life and other people, but he didn't want help,
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. If you need help out there, make sure that you get the help and seek out the people that you need, anybody out there. Boop. Woo! Black Arm would love that. He would love the woo. He would love that. So, just stay safe out there, Black Arm. You'll be okay. He's out there in the universe. Can we end this on a good fucking note? Jesus Christ. What the fuck happened?
Well, I was just going to talk about the people that I know have died recently.
Well, there's going to be more,
but we won't go there.
Yeah, we'll wait till the pandemic is over, and then we will
it's not
shout
ending.
out all the people that have.
That's going to be a little while.
It's going to be some time before anything ends.
Take your vitamin D, everybody. That's a
zinc.
a big thing. And zinc, yeah. You on your vitamin D?
And make sure you're on your vitamin B out there, listeners of the podcast. Have a great day, and we're going to have a firm, crisp 75 tomorrow. It looks like the sun's going to be out all day tomorrow.
It's going to be sunny.
Everybody's going to die, but take that vitamin D.
So,
you look good and shiny in your casket.
Andrew, is there anything that you would like to tell the world? Is there any like words of advice or
advice?
Oh, advice.
Or just a YouTube link.
Yeah, you just type in Holy Book of Wang. That's I don't need to say shit because you'll put it on the YouTube video, right?
I'll put a link in the description.
They got that. I got the Twitch. The Twitch is good sometimes. I don't do it all the time, but it's there. You can, regret tomorrow, do today. That's my advice to you.
You can send him a letter. You can, find out his address and send a letter out.
If you want to feel like you're doing something, I want you to read a book by one L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard.
L. Ron Hubbard. The book is called Battlefield Earth.
Yeah. L. Ron fucking Hubbard.
Starring John Pepper.
We're going to open that door.
God, we opened up a whole can of worms here.
I ain't trying to be funny right now, man. I'm telling you, if you want to figure out what life is and what to do in life, you need to look at L. Ron Hubbard's Battlefield Earth. You need to watch the movie at the same time. But you turn down the music to the movie, or you turn the volume down to the movie, and you put on L. Ron Hubbard's record. No, he did a jazz album.
Oh yeah, he did have a bunch of fucking albums, didn't he?
He sings on it. You got to put that on when you. Chick Corea's on it. Edgar Winter's on it.
How about 3 TVs? Dick Tracy, Tron, and Battlefield Earth, along with this record. What's the record called?
I don't know. It's like the Road to Freedom or the Pathway to Freedom or something. It's fucking dumb.
Make sure you.
Sounds cool.
If you do this experiment, make sure you buy a old U.S. or like a Russian boat, like a fucking Navy boat, and be on the boat when you do that, because you don't want to do it in just a regular apartment or something like that. That would fucking suck. I'll see you guys later.
That's so random.